They quit their jobs, cashed in their investments and moved in with their mothers. Susan Scott and Benay de Bot are the filmmakers behind the internationally acclaimed Stroop journey into the Rhino Horn War. 17 international awards later, did you ever think it would get to this point?
It's safe to say that we are completely overwhelmed. I think when we started on this project, obviously we were hoping to have an impact some way, somehow. But the reception has just been incredible, not only locally here in South Africa, but around the world.
To be honest, we thought, well, maybe it'll win an award because, you know, somebody somewhere will look at this and go, gee whiz, the heroes on the ground. Amazing to see their story. But yeah, 17 awards later, I mean, I don't think it really has sunk in for us.
You've put yourselves on the map as filmmakers, but you've also very squarely focused the world's attention on South Africa's rhino poaching crisis. What has the reaction of the international audience been to the film?
They are aware of the rhino poaching crisis. They've heard about it happening in South Africa, but they didn't quite understand the extent of the rhino poaching crisis, the brutality involved, the massive demand for rhino horn, for the commodity. And that's exactly what it is in Asia. It's just a product. There's absolutely no connection with an animal, and definitely not a dead animal.
You know, there are obviously moments in the film you can actually hear the audiences gasp when those moments happen. And then in the Q&A sessions afterwards and talking to the audiences, again, as Benay was saying, this overwhelming sense of we knew the rhino issue was happening. But boy, we had no idea it was like this.
Local movie houses and distributors said that this film may not resonate with the local audience. Did you prove them wrong?
I think we have. We had sold out screenings of our limited release. We actually had to release the film on our own. We would hire a cinema, you know, Cape Town, Port Elizabeth, Hoedspruit, Johannesburg, Roodepoort, just across the country. We were able to get these sold out screenings. So absolutely, it shows that the public want to know what's happening with our rhinos.
Yeah, I don't quite agree with rhino fatigue. I think people want to know, they want to get involved, and the South Africans have been amazing with their support.
Getting to the spy cam part of the film, as a journalist, one wonders what's going through your head at a time. You've flown off to the Far East. These are people that if they discover you are going to kill you. You're going to disappear. What's going through your head? It must have been terrifying.
We took risks, but, you know, when you're in that moment, you don't really think about it, because all you want is to capture the product on camera, to show the world, to show South Africans. So you don't really think about the risks involved.
Well, if Benay, yes. I mean, Benay just wants to get the shot. I mean, I know.
I think it's adrenaline.
Yeah,
you know?
You definitely had adrenaline. For me, I was quite scared a lot. I don't know if we should be doing this, and I don't know if you can remember that moment in the film at the beginning, and strapping the camera on Benay, and Benay's going basically, harden up. We're here. You have to go and get the shots.
Everybody will want to know, is there a Stroop 2.0 coming? What are you guys going to work on next?
I know there will be a Stroop 2, but probably in a couple of years. I think for now we are focusing on 2 films in the pipeline. On environmental themes, we're looking at air pollution and water.
We've been able to say to interested parties who want to get involved with us on the next films, hold on, we need to finish this, we need to take it to the communities, to our schools, we need to roll it out properly. And so we're taking the time now to do that before we move on.
Hypothetically speaking, if you guys had an unlimited budget, is there anything you would do differently?
That's the best question I think we've been asked, Michael. Thank you for stumping us there.
But other than that, I don't think I'll change anything.
I don't know, because time does, I mean, we were able to spend more time with the characters. I mean, that was, and they did open up to us
and build trust
a lot more.
with the various role players. So you have to go out and film, and you don't get the emotive stuff, you know, first time around. You have to go back a second time, a third time. So I do think you have to take your time.
No, I don't think it would have changed anything. No. Would have been nice.
The answer is no.
Yeah, it would have definitely been nice though to have had more money to be able to do things, hire better cameras. But I think in the end we got the job done. So
that they did. It's a film that continues to surpass all expectations by bringing the horrendous slaughter of South Africa's rhinos and their brave keepers into sharp focus. It leaves the audience with an unshakable feeling. This crisis cannot be ignored. Michael Appel, Johannesburg.